Hey everybody, this is Sinix, and I'm going to draw some hands for you guys. It's been a while, I haven't used YouTube in about a year, but hopefully we can start it up again and I'll get to coloring stuff eventually. But for now, it's off to hands. And so I fired up Painter 9, and I got up my scratchboard tool, and we're going to start with the basic meat paw here, which is, I don't know, you can just make it a rectangle, but I decided to go with the fancier pentagon. Yes. 5 sides. Ooh. And as soon as I learn how to draw this finger, we'll move right along. And that curve up there is to show you a general guide on how long, not how long, but how long they should be comparatively to each other and to where the joints will be. You'll follow that curve. Anyway, yes, we throw in the wrist and some arm action, and it's all very simple until you start throwing in this thumb, which likes to complicate things. But if you just get down that basic shape and throw a fat finger on it, there, you have a thumb. So I guess we have a hand here. It's palm side up. It's starting to look like a hand anyway. I'll come back and start refining it, I guess. Get rid of some of the angle blocky lines and smooth it out a bit, make it a bit curvy. But you really don't even have to. If you're just drawing a quick, simple, minimalist sketch, you can leave it nice and blocky, nice and angular, and it looks great, really. I think so. Just look at Ashley Wood's art, it's very angular. Very simplistic. Anyway. Alright, so I threw in some tendons there, nice little details. But, what if you need to draw the hand from the other side? Well, let's see. Let me just come back here. I'm gonna white everything out. Yeah, there we go. Leaving my silhouette since it's somewhat accurate, not overly. And here's where I like to throw in a main simplistic difference between palm side up and palm side down, and that's in how the fingers attach to the hand. And watch right here. Oh, that's great. I'll give them a little webbing. I just make the fingers come down over the hand part, and it's somewhat accurate. I don't know. I find it's a good way to do it. So yeah, I'm not big on details when it comes to hand, at least line details. Silhouette details, I'm all for. Okay, so anyway, we've established the basic hand, and let's do it from a different angle once we get these joints in. Okay, it's good enough. Alright, so let's try it from, let's see, let's face straight toward our hand and see what we can do. We're going to start with the thumb now because it becomes important. So this whole thumb section will really help establish that we're looking at a hand. And then you can kind of just draw the rest hiding in there behind the thumb. And this is a good way to draw from this angle. Basically those two ridges are your main focus, and then you're going back into the fingers. And you'll have to use your basic foreshortening skills here. Just throw some fingers in the background. Yes, this kind of looks like a hand. Anyway, what else can we do? Let's do the same sort of angle, maybe a little bit in between. And we'll draw a fist. So our thumb is curled up, we got our two ridges which make up the base of our hand. And we'll crumple, I don't know. We'll throw the fingers in there and it's all very boring and not that exciting. And so let's use what we've learned to draw some freestyle hands. Yeah, let's see what comes out. Oh, well, yes, this is important. Not really. When it comes to drawing fingers, I like to establish my first joint first, just the first part of your finger. I like to draw that first and then kind of work my way outward toward the edge. And by doing that, it'll help you establish your foreshortening and all that good perspective and anatomy stuff. Pretty simplistically. I don't know. Who cares? Alright, let's just draw some hands and see what comes out. Alright, don't know what I'm trying to do there, but let's just morph it around into a hand. Basically, hands can become a lot of fun. Just start throwing fingers off in weird directions and go nuts with it. The more mangled your hand looks, the better off you are. Chicks dig it if you just like mangle the crap out of your hand. Look at that. Just throw on that pinky for the flare. It's going in a completely opposite direction, but it works. It's totally fail hell. Alright, so we got that pinky going in an awesome direction and giving a bunch of character. Gonna come back and draw some hands from... I don't know what this one's doing. This one's awful. Just get out of here. Good. Alright, let's try again. Draw a finger there. I haven't really drawn any stuff from the bottom. Or from the side, rather. So when I'm drawing fingers, I like to kind of flow in a certain direction, and I'm trying to show you what I mean, but not doing it very well. But basically, each finger is getting progressively more distorted and deformed in a certain direction, and everything should kind of like keep in a certain line. Oh god, here comes some terrible fingers. Just ignore these. Yes, I'm trying to draw some up-close fingers, curved, I don't know. Anyway, you might have missed it, but in the upper, just on the left side, I tried to show how to draw fingers that are, well, together. And basically, you just draw the general outline, and then throw in a little circle cutout right down at the base, and that'll help to sell it as a finger. Yes, I made my pinky even more distorted. Isn't that great? Alright, so let's draw another hand that's going back away from us. It seems to be the common view we're going for, but that's how you see your hand when you're looking at it. So, use a mirror if you want to get a different direction. And anyway, I was showing you the paper selector thing in Painter right there. And I selected my comic paper, which is just a comic tone, bunch of circles. And I don't know if you can see it on the YouTube resolution, but yeah, it's just a bunch of circles. I use it as a quick shading device. And I took my square chalk and I'm just filling in a bunch of that texture. And I'll have some fun with that. This is my simple and easy way to shade something in 2 seconds. So now once I've established all my halftones and what the hell are they called? Comic tones, whatever. I just come back with my white scratch board tool. It's not white. I just select the color white. And I come back and I pop out some highlights. And we're starting to get something almost three-dimensional. Yes, welcome to the world of the future, where art is three-dimensional. Not really. Alright, so just popping different highlights on these different hands to make them look more interesting or more boring, depending on your point of view. This is a fun time to decide what goes where. You can kind of pop things into the foreground and into the background with simple 2-level shading. And I'm gonna draw some, I don't know, fancy designs. Let's pretend this guy's like has his hand in front of some blinds. So he's getting a bunch of stripy light. Okay. Well, I'm running out of hands to draw and highlights to give, so I'll just pop this stuff out with some... I'll get rid of that excess comic tone I threw in, just to make it clean, slightly clean. Yes, even if you don't get rid of it completely, just going around everything with like a white highlight will give you a nice little effect. Become nice and stylish. Alright. I think that's it for this little episode. Guess it's an episode? Whatever. I'll come back next time and do some colors. And it'll get really shitty and complicated and exciting. Alright, see ya everybody.